Ethan was just 24 when he landed his first real job at a fast-paced marketing agency in the city. Young, ambitious, and eager to prove himself, he dove headfirst into his work with late nights, early mornings, and a laptop that rarely left his side. Every morning, he walked into the office with dreams in his eyes and a quiet hunger to rise. But reality didn't take long to tap him on the shoulder. That reality had a name: Marcus. On the surface, Marcus was everything Ethan thought a professional should be: charming, confident, and quick-witted. He was a favorite among upper management, always ready with a joke or clever pitch. But behind the smiles and handshakes was another side one only a few ever saw. It started small. An idea Ethan mentioned during a brainstorming session was dismissed with a smirk by Marcus, only to resurface 2 days later in Marcus's presentation deck. A simple question Ethan asked in a meeting was followed by a sarcastic "Thanks for the obvious" from across the room. At first, Ethan brushed it off. Maybe he was being too sensitive. It could be part of the game. But it didn't stop. It escalated. Every team meeting felt like a performance, and Marcus was always playing to the crowd, cutting down Ethan's contributions with just enough finesse to avoid direct backlash, yet sharp enough to sting. Worse still, Marcus had a talent for turning blame away from himself, often shifting it subtly toward Ethan when deadlines slipped or clients complained. Ethan found himself hesitating before speaking, second-guessing his instincts, and staying late just to finish work uninterrupted. What was once an exciting job now felt like walking through a daily storm, hoping to avoid lightning. One Friday evening, Ethan lingered at his desk after another long week of shouldering silent stress. The office was nearly empty, the glow of his monitor casting shadows across his tired face. As he packed up, a voice broke the quiet. "Long week?" Ethan turned to see Mr. Jensen, his department head, holding a coffee and looking concerned. Mr. Jensen was respected but rarely involved in daily drama. He ran the team calmly and usually let his managers handle the interpersonal messes. Ethan hesitated. He wasn't the type to complain, especially not to someone like Jensen, but something about the quiet, honest question broke through. "It's Marcus," Ethan admitted. "He just makes everything so difficult. I try to stay focused, but I feel like I'm always dodging him, like I'm shrinking. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I'm losing my edge." Jensen nodded slowly and gestured toward the nearby lounge chairs. "Sit down for a minute." They settled in, and the office hum was barely audible behind them. Jensen sipped his coffee, then leaned back, studying the ceiling for a moment before he spoke. "When I was your age, I worked with someone like Marcus," he said. "He was louder than everyone, meaner than he needed to be, and somehow always one step ahead. For a while, I thought I had to outfight him, be sharper, more aggressive. But then I learned something that changed everything." Ethan looked up, intrigued. "What did you learn?" Jensen smiled faintly. "You can't control who walks into your life, but you can control who gets to stay in your head. Toxic people are like weeds. If you let them grow freely, they'll take over the whole garden." Ethan blinked. "So, what do I do?" "First," Jensen said, "set boundaries. Be polite, but firm. Don't let Marcus bait you into arguments or self-doubt. That's his game. don't play it. Second, document your work. Keep a record: emails, projects, everything. Make sure your contributions are visible, especially when it matters. He paused. And third, and this is the hardest onodent. Let your kindness be mistaken for weakness. Speak up when you need to, respectfully but with strength. If someone steps on your work or takes credit for it, find a calm way to redirect the recognition where it belongs. Silence won't protect you, but self-respect will. Ethan listened intently, the words sinking in deeper than he expected. But most of all, Jensen added, tend your own garden, learn, improve, build strong relationships with people who support you. Toxic people feed on attention. Don't feed them. Starve them with silence and with success. The metaphor struck something in Ethan. He sat there a few moments longer, then nodded. Thanks, he said quietly. That helps a lot. Jensen stood and gave a small smile. It helped me once, too. You'll be fine. That weekend, Ethan didn't just reflected. He thought about the past few months, about all the time and mental energy he'd given to Marcus, about the growing distance between him and the person he used to be. He made a plan. On Monday morning, things were different, not loud, not dramatically, but noticeably. Ethan didn't withdraw or react. When Marcus lobbed his usual sarcastic comment during a team huddle, Ethan ignored it and redirected the conversation. When Marcus tried to cut him off, Ethan didn't shrink, held his ground, respectfully finishing his point. He kept a private log of his contributions and successes, organized files, and saved emails. More importantly, he started building bridges, collaborating with other team members, offering help where he could, and slowly becoming someone people sought out for clarity and calm under pressure. It wasn't overnight, but the shift began to show. His quiet confidence replaced the nervous edge. His teammates started giving him credit in meetings. Even clients began to comment on his professionalism and fresh ideas. Meanwhile, Marcus's shine started to dull. His jabs lost their sting without Ethan's giving them the same attention or reaction. The team's mood shifted, and with it, the dynamics changed. The cracks in Marcus's armor began to show missed details, hollow charm, moments of visible insecurity. 3 months later, Marcus was moved to another, less collaborative and numbers-driven department. The announcement came via email, and Ethan barely reacted. He didn't celebrate, and he didn't gloat. He didn't need to. He had reclaimed his peace. A few weeks later, one afternoon, Mr. Jensen passed by Ethan's desk as he was finishing up a project. He paused, watching the younger man quietly move through his tasks. "You've done well," he said with a nod. Ethan smiled, calm and content. "I've just been tending my garden," Jensen smiled back. "Keep it green." As the older man walked away, Ethan looked out the window at the city skyline, feeling something he hadn't felt in a long time: pride. Not the kind that screams or demands attention, the type that grows quietly, rooted deep, steady, and strong.